And welcome back to week 15 of the NFL here on Tight Sports. We're going to break down this week's games so you too can avoid my picks and maybe you will win this weekend coming up. Really, what I've learned, these picks really make my DraftKings selections go a lot better. So, one day I'm not going to be 6 and 10. I'm going to be like 10 and 16. And then I'm gonna be like averaging like 11.7 out of 15 or 16. And like I said, then I'm gonna move up to Memphis after that, somewhere around where that thing is in Mississippi, around the casino. And it's gonna be like 2 rings on all of my fingers, including my thumbs. Yeah. And I'm gonna just let you know, I love royal blue. I love the black and gold.
What are you
I
talking
love
about?
crimson and white. Sometimes. Roll Tide. But I really like purple. Moving right along. Tonight, Thursday night, we have the LA Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And this will be Thursday night Thursday night football. Like I said, I refuse to pay Amazon more than thousands and thousands. I send them already every year. I refuse to send them any more money. So I'll catch this one either at midnight once they replay it or tomorrow because it's the Chargers without Herbert and it's the Vegas and who cares who the Raiders. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to see this game. Do you agree with me? Come on. I know. Well, because, watching O'Connell versus Easton Stick is like sipping wine and sniffing a pile of ish. But give me Vegas. The defense, I'll take Vegas because the Chargers are all one dimension. They barely can run the ball. They have no Easton Stick. Maybe he needs more reps. That's my new mantra for the week. He needs more reps. More reps, please. Give him more reps. More on that later. Vikings versus Bengals. Bengals come in there. Bungling, boomling, bangling. Favored by 3. Dobbs got me robbed. Could be a mistake. So I'm rolling with Jake. You know what I'm talking about. Oh man. You can understand from my apparel how I could be in love with backup quarterbacks, great backup quarterbacks at the moment. I want mine to turn into one. Please. Pretty please. There's too much offense for the Bungles coming at you. Even if the Vikings D can slow them down, the Bungles can still score. That's going to be a Saturday game at 1 o'clock. So this is one of the weekends from a sports fan, from an NFL fan standpoint, that I really look forward to. So either my lady can find something to do, or I'm at the chain her to the bed. You know what I'm talking about. We'll skip over the game at 4 o'clock because it involves the greatest team in NFL history. That moves to the late night game, Denver versus Detroit. The Broncos are heating up, and the Lions have been choking up. You know what I mean? It could be internal issues but I don't know, or youth has caught up with the Lions. But either way, in either case, it's the wrong time of the year for that. And Russell done loosened up the bones. Maybe he got 80% of the playbook down. More importantly, maybe his receivers do. And it's time to make it happen. So I'm definitely going with and the Denver is the underdog going inside of a building in Detroit. I can see how that could be an actual thing. But in a football field, I think Sean Payton is starting to figure some things out there. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Bears versus Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 3. Justin Fields is playing for his next contract, but the number 1 D will put him on his back. You know what I mean? At least that'll be the goal But one thing, the cold weather, it won't be a factor to either one of them because both of them, both those cities have, I should say, are known for their ridiculously horrible cold weather, so they should be used to it. Um, both of them are cold weather teams, but one team has the ability to, you know, to give up, to get stops. And so I'm definitely taking Cleveland in that one. And yes, I wrote everything out this time, because putting it on the monitor it's kind of distracting to me. So this is how I'm going with the old pen and paper. And I have the handwriting of an Egyptian from several thousands of years ago. Yes. Keep listening to me and you too will master hieroglyphics. Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. Both are bays. They have colors on the opposite ends of the spectrum. But it's going to be cold at the kick, and Jack Frost will make this pick because it's supposed to be 4 degrees. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees in Green Bay. 4. So I expect Baker to serve up a few turnovers, and get the Green Bay defense is going to take advantage of that. And I'm going with Gang Green. I mean, it's cold as I don't know what out there. As you may or may not know, I just recently dropped my 100th video, and to commemorate the moment, my kids bestowed upon me a wonderful honor. YouTube doesn't care that I have 100 garbage videos, but my kids do. So they made me this awesome gift. They made me this awesome plaque, for lack of a better phrase, to commemorate the moment. And if you would, I'm gonna put it up here. If you would, we I know a lot of you guys are busy, but if you could, please subscribe to this channel because we want to eventually replace this with something. There's nothing better than this, but if you could, please like and subscribe to this channel. We really, really need it. Just please. I gotta talk to that boy about that. Yeah, we did it. Houston versus Tennessee. This is it. Houston versus Tennessee in Nashville. The Titans are favored by 3. CJ, he has to blank all those thoughts of last week out of his mind. But Henry is starting to put linebackers and DBs on their behind. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's that time of the year. I think what it is, you've seen his legendary workouts, running up hills with weights, pulling weights, flipping stuff, flipping furniture, pulling living rooms. You've seen what Henry does to get ready for the season, and it is legendary. But I think what happens is that as teams get beat up in weaker over time, this is when he starts shining in December. So I think with the youth of Houston, I think he gets him past everybody. The New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Well, all I can say is the Jets played well and crushed the Texans. But Coach Weirdo in Miami won't let that happen again. He's just not gonna let that happen again. He's a weirdo. I got Miami winning, but that's the number one defense. That's the number. I don't know, it's between the Ravens and Browns. They're pretty good defense. Really, really good. Before I go, let me see. I think the Jets want to cover this. The Miami win the game. It's an 8.5-point game, and like last time, it may rise up maybe 1 or 2 people. Oh yeah, that is Zach Wilson, and they'll put it at something ridiculous like 10.5, 11. But this is just not the defense for that. I don't think they're going to give up that many points. Kansas City versus New England. Now, New England is the 8-point underdog. Mahomes is great, so I will give away the 8 on this one. It should be easy with the Pats scratching out, scratching out maybe to get 10 points. But there's another problem. It's going to be cold there as well. But Kansas City can play in the cold. But I think it's supposed to be. I think they said 11 degrees at kickoff time. But Kansas City does know how to play in weather, and the Patriots they can't score. Well, that wasn't the case with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They scored 21 points, but normally they can't score. So I expect it to be more of the same with them, and we're gonna move on to the next game because I don't want to talk about the Patriots game with the Steelers where we lost to them 21-18. The Giants versus New Orleans. Well, old D-Bowl is taking the DeVito show down to the NO. And while Carr gives me no confidence in their offense or their team or their city or their hospitals or their police department or the governor of the state, Louisiana, interstate systems fall, all get worse because Derek Carr is there. Or Derek, same thing. The Saints crowd and their defense is dirty and sturdy. So I'm going with the doggone Saints. Yeah. And the Saints are favored by 6. That may be a little high, but I'm still going with it. And who knows? Carr may bump his head and they bring in famous James. Sunday, Washington takes on the Rams. The Rams are a 6.5 point favorite. I think this is a play on words here, but the way I summarize this game is I came to bury Ron Rivera. I hope Eric is not scary. Get it? I came to bury, like, friends, Romans country, live in your ears. I came not to bury Caesar, but y'all don't read. I know y'all don't read. So anyway, Ron's lost his defense and is allowing 34 points a game. 34 points a game in his last 5 games. 34 points a game in the last 5 games. I'm taking Stafford over Washington, but, they can't stop nothing. 34 points a game? Does it matter who they play? Is it 45 points in the last 2? They gave up 45 points in the last 2 games. I just don't see how they're going to slow down the Rams because Stafford and them kind of clicking over there. So that's going to make all the difference in the world, and I'm going with them. So who we got next? San Francisco versus Arizona. The Niners are favored by 12.5. And I expect the Cards to get drowned in their own bird bath. That's right, I said it. And no commentary needed. Next, Cowboys, Cowguys versus the Buffs. Buffalo is favored by 2. You may think, oh, what's going on? How in the world? Man, the Cowboys ain't going to beat no Buffalo. Blah, 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 blah. This may be a surprise for me. It may be a surprise to you. But the Bills are certainly favored by 2. Jack Frost is starting this game. Yes, he's starting as everything. He's starting at every position. He going to check the cornerback and the wide receiver, the quarterback and the strong safety. He going to check the running back and the linebackers. It's supposed to be 9 degrees in Buffalo at game time. And wet. That should just about do it. That seems like I think that'll do it. That'll do it right there. So I take Buffalo. Buffalo, as long as they know how to scramble around that kind of stuff, that'll do it. That'll do it. Baltimore versus Jaguars. Sunday Night Football. This is a pretty interesting game. The Ravens D is enough for a win, but the Jags play makes me want to tattoo that thing in. Because, the Jags, Jags been mucking up over the last couple games, and it's just been really uncomfortable. But the Ravens have a great defense. They should be able to shut down. They can shut down anybody. They really can. Even if they were like in the Jets situation, they got the same type of defense. But on the other side of the ball, you got the leading passer of the team, the leading rusher of the team, Lamar Jackson. Makes a lot of the differences. Congratulations to that man. The season he's having an MVP type year. Worth the money they're paying him, obviously. So So I'm definitely going to take them, and especially they only giving up 3 points. I don't care if it is down there by that stinking little place in North Florida, Northeast Florida. So yeah, they the Ravens defense should be shutting down Sunshine Lawrence by midnight. So, yeah. Anyway, East versus the West Birds on Monday Night Football. Philly Flyers West favored by 4. With the QB in question, Carroll has defense no more. So I don't know what Carroll is doing. It's crazy to say, but Geno has been carrying that team. That's unbelievable to think of. I mean, Geno Smith, kind of like he did, West Virginia. I don't think he had too many other teammates from West Virginia to make it to the pros, but he's carrying that team, and now he's getting banged up. They don't even know if he's going to play. So it is a East Coast, West Coast trip, but by the time the game kicks off, it's like 4 o'clock in Philly, so that shouldn't be of any impact. And unless Philadelphia comes out there unmotivated and still talking about, oh, it hurts. It hurts. And, if they're not motivated to maintain their home advantage in the NFC, then I don't know what can help them. But I've usually seen them stay pretty motivated, so it shouldn't be a big problem for them. And next, the team that you all want to know about every week, this is why most of you chime in, the Steelers versus the Colts. Yeah, we on the road. So Steelers versus the Colts, 2 bad losses, and the locker room is in a mess. I think Mike will coach them through this test. It's just a test, y'all. It's just a test. I'm gonna do another video to address a lot of this. I usually do it right after I do this one, but I like to give the Steelers their time to themselves. To all the internal Steelers distractors who want the Steelers to go out and get a new coach, Tomlin's past his time. I got good. How about you find a new team? If a new coach pops up, it is what it is. But for right now, find a new team. Find a new team. Y'all can't even wait till the end of the season. Find a new team. Ain't nobody trying to listen to that mess. So it just makes much more sense for you to find a new team. And, I'm going to take the Steelers and the 1.5 points that we are as an underdog, and we're going to go out there and get the win. That's what I say. Huh? Go Steelers.